welcome to Beautiful Subconscious. I'm Shell Marie. So guys, our Total Life Transformation program is underway. It is live. We have phenomenal clients that are on board, and there is such magic from seeing an idea transform into actualization. And that is what this is. People have seen and connected to the vision and the magic, and we are so honored to provide this service and transform people that are drawn to this. So this is what today's episode is about. What was the driving force behind our total life transformation and why we're so passionate about it? But of course, before we get started, we draw a card on Beautiful Subconscious just to inspire and to connect you to, whenever you listen to this episode, whatever you're going through in your life, some sort of inspiration to know that you are forever guided. And I drew this card before. If I'm being totally honest, I just had a little bit of a mic funk with the last take that I did. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to restart, but I'm going to keep this card because it is exactly the driving force behind why we started. So I'm going to read it to you. I am releasing all fears, limitations, and toxicity. So I'm going to say that again. I am releasing all fears, limitations, and toxicity. That is legitimately the driving force behind our program. We see so many women and so many men held back by fear and their own embedded limitations that they don't even know that this limitation exists within them. They've normalized it. Same with the toxicity that has just got them functioning in a way where they are burnt out and they've normalized it. They're getting poor sleep and they've normalized it. Their body and the intolerances they've normalized. And that same toxicity, in inverted commas, can apply to your relationships. And of course, when we think of toxicity in relationships, it can be obviously major red flags and that they exist. We know that. We don't need to deny that. But even just like the micro versions of toxicities in the little ways that we communicate that, that's not helpful. And yet I don't know another way. Or gosh, why did I react that way? That's not exactly, from my most aligned space. And we are human. That's not always going to happen, but it's just starting to draw out the toxicities that exist not only in our health, not only in our relationships, but our finances as well as our career. And so that is one major, real easy card to sum up our driving force behind this program. But going on further. So for me, with the clients that I see, these four pillars are the reoccurring, they come around more often than they don't. People's health, people's relationships, people's money, and people's career. And how that shows up within your health is they get poor sleep. They're just I don't know. I just wake up fully anxious and I'm struggling to get good quality sleep, or even with just having such low energy, they're living that way every day. Finances, it's such a scary thing that they're just I can't get my head around it, or I just feel so disempowered by money. Put me anywhere else in my life, I feel empowered. I feel really, really somewhat in control or in a line that I can always get myself out of that. But money, it just makes me feel uneasy. Is someone's going to tip, my deck of cards and it's all going to come crumbling down. Same with relationships. They're in my marriage, I don't know if this is the right one, or am I settling? It even goes beyond settling. It's just there is an accumulation of hurt and resentment that has built that they just don't know how they're going to get through it. It's because there's just so many little areas of unaddressed issues that have built this big wall between them, and they're I don't know how this is going to change. And then same with career. A lot of the people that I see, they're getting to that age or at a crossroads where they want that meaning, they want that purpose, they want to they do want to earn the money, and they're willing to do the work, but they don't want to have to sell their soul to do it. And they're in this set of crossroads and confusion of which direction to take. And so through the line of work that with kinesiology, we bypass the conscious mind into the subconscious, we start to draw up awarenesses and circuitry that have contributed to these perceptions, these experiences, that have actualized these situations where the beliefs have been just so embedded that they've, again, normalized behaviors. And start to now bring that up to a conscious mind in order for them to release it so it doesn't have such an unconscious, subconscious control over them. And then they can rewrite new narratives. They can release the stress within their body and now come from a more aligned state where they are showing up in decision-making more like themselves instead of being reactive. And they can really start to understand themselves and come home to a more truer version of themselves other than the roles that they play and the sense of disassociation that they partake in most days than not. And so when we get that energetic awareness and we start to really work within the energy, we're cleaning and wiping their slate in so many areas of their lives. And what I noticed after that is just like, cool, all right, I'm no longer believing what I believed. I'm no longer behaving the way I behaved. I'm no longer thinking the thoughts. But still, I'm like, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Like what action can I now take from this aligned state? And yes, they know. But I thought, like, how cool will it be? Because I know what I'm like when I work with coaches. I've got coaches. I've got, my set coaches, and the power that you have with people that have done what you want to achieve, or just be another set of eyes in your life that can guide you through your blind spots, no matter how much energetic work you do. Like, it's just like we're not designed to know everything in every field and be the best at it. We have our zones of geniuses and our passions, and that's what we deserve to focus on. And then we should, in my opinion, recruit and delegate the other people that they find their zone of geniuses that can support you in your next level evolution and your next level of fulfillment and success. And so I saw this space in the market of like, yeah, awesome. Like, I love working with people's subconscious. I love seeing them master their subconscious. I love seeing them make different choices. I love seeing them behave and draw upon relationships that bring them such deep connections. It really inspires me so much that they are living life from a more truer version where they're not needing for anything else, but they are allowing themselves to just try because they understand that they can't get it wrong. But then how cool would it be to then bring in the coaches that they would love, that support in those areas. So those actual tangible tools that they can go and implement. So they have cleared their energy. They have rewritten some cool new neurological pathways where they are, thinking things that are in alignment to what they actually want. And now they've got access to coaches that can be like, cool, I see where it is that you want to get to. I see where you're at. And these are the tools that you can implement every single day, strategize like your current circumstances and reverse engineer a game plan to where it is that you want to get to. And so this is in your money. Like how cool would it be like to clear the fear around money and all the stories and the inherited blueprints that, that affect you every day, to then also have someone be like, all right, cool, well, here's where your money's actually going. And if you just tightened up this space, or if you started thinking about doing that, or if you started, investing in here, then that's going to give you X amount of trajectory. And so you're no longer in your way, you're no longer fearing money, and yet you have someone also who is like showing you tools for your current circumstances to help you implement a game plan to where it is that you want to be and be in your corner step by step and help you coach you through it. That's the same with relationships. Like, okay, cool, I now feel worthy of allowing love in. So now that I've drawn upon a relationship, or now as I'm calling in a relationship, can someone help support me in the ways that I can uphold my boundaries? Can someone show me ways I can communicate my needs and not feel like I'm going to be abandoned? Can someone show me and guide me like conflict resolutions that's not coming from a hostile reactive space? And so, yeah, we can clear the energy behind it for sure, but then also teach you tools that you can implement. Same with career. How many of us are I know there's so many because I hear them, that people reach out so often where they're just like, I don't know what it is that I want to do. I'm still confused. I don't know what it is that I want to do yet. And I'm just hoping that that's going to just drop down at some point and then I'm going to be able to do it. Again, we're going to have the ability to clear out the blocks in thinking that you need to wait or that, you need to be tied down to this job if it's not bringing you the joy, or if it's giving you more stress, like more stress and joy. How we can help in being your GPS to what it is that would be fulfilling for you, what it is that you would like to achieve and contribute on a professional level, and work out, like, there's so much out there, but we're just not able to see it all because every day we are so programmed into what we know and what we believe needs to get done that the energy to think outside of that is just like, oh, look, I can't today. Like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then that tomorrow turns into next week. That next week turns into next year. That next year turns into, however many years down the line. And then you're like, wow. And that's what really hit home for me when I was speaking to my mum. And my mum had been a nurse for all of her life, her adult life, and she was an enrolled nurse. I remember her working in nursing homes, and it was when she was, I think, 57, she wanted to then go back to uni and study to become a registered nurse. And she did so great. It was so great to see her empowered and studying again and getting, D's, high distinctions and distinctions. It was really, really inspiring. Her mum passed away during it. She had to postpone. And so there were things that were delaying getting the degree complete. And she almost finished the practical. And I think that was when my Lola passed away. And so she would have had to do another 12 months of practical work before she could go to be fully qualified as a registered nurse, as I understand it. And then, she's getting close to retirement age, and that was a tricky choice for her. Like, she wanted that dream, but she's, getting older and getting to that space where she could almost retire soon. And the one thing that she said when I spoke to her recently, and I asked her, like, is there anything that you would do differently if you could have your time again? And she said just to not wait and to not hold back. And that really hit me because I think we can get into this illusion that we've got all the time in the world. And speak to me with energy, and we do. Speak to me in the concept of this human life. We are constrained by time. And so how do we maximize that? It's by taking action now, even if it's small, even if it's, it seems like so far away to where it is you want to be. Effort compounds, and everything in alignment to your heart's joy is going to quantum leap you. If we're just doing the things, and putting off our desires and putting off what sparks inspiration, then it's going to feel like a real struggle. But every little bit of action taken from alignment, and how do you know if your alignment is when you clear your own way, you clear your own junk from what you see about yourself and what your beliefs are. That's when you start to realize, like, taking action from alignment, it becomes so much more clear because you feel expanded, you feel open, you feel like really empowered, as opposed to I'm just getting a task done. And so the same also then applies with, we said money, we've said health. Did we say health? I can't recall now with that, but it all applies, our energy and understanding why our body has intolerances perhaps. Yeah, we can get to the subconscious of that, but then to be able to help you maximize your energy with science, like it's a real thing as well. And I truly believe, like, Eastern medicine and Western science, there's a place for both. There's such an integration of both science and spirituality, expert guidance as well as your own intuition, your own, energy, as well as the exclusive support of other people who have dedicated their passion and time into learning their craft. and allowing yourself to take action, but also allowing yourself to be supported. We are always trying to find this dynamic balance. And so that was the real drive behind this program, was understanding that all of it has its place. We deserve to have a holistic approach to our success and our true fulfillment. The energy behind us is a very real thing, and we might not see it. It's an invisible force, but when you know and feel yourself being stunted by doubt, it's like, where's that doubt? Where does that exist? Where does that live within my mind? And how do I get to the root source of it? That's what kinesiology does. And when you clear that and then have the game strategy of where it is that you want to go in these pillars of your life, it is such a fast acting and completely inspiring and fulfilling approach to your life, that you're waking up every day like, yes, I'm taking charge. I'm commanding what I want out of life, and I'm doing the things that's authentic to me, and I'm expressing it. So that is why we are so passionate about this program, because we understand that not one size fits all. You deserve to have a space where you can just offload, like, look, this is where I'm at in my relationship, and speak in ways that it's just like, I know it doesn't look like glamorous, or I know there's parts that I'm just like, God, that's funky AF. And even with your money, like, gosh, I'm 35 years old and this is how I've been handling my money. We can't wait to help you realize that you deserve to just let all that judgment go, let all that shame go, let all that regret go, let all that guilt go. And once that's out the way, it's just like, cool. Like, you're going to realize that these steps aren't like, they're so achievable. We've got to make sure it's like implementable and be in your corner the whole way through. People want support. People want to feel like they can just share what they want to share without judgment, and people want to be understood. And this is what this course provides. So that is the real driving force behind the Total Life Transformation Program. This is why we are so passionate about making change to not only individual women, but couples. You know, we want people to feel like they are becoming and continuing to grow into the best versions of themselves, but doing it together, because that's what life is all about, is to really share the journey with the people that you care about most, and the people that understand you, and the people that are aligned with you. And so we want to help provide a space where you're no longer acting in reactivity. You're no longer acting from old techniques that you know are outdated, but you're like, I don't know any other way. And start to now educate and support you in new ways of being and connecting and living. So that's that. That's the driving force. So if you are wanting this in your world, like, where can you be in 6 months' time? Where do you want to be? That's the question that you've got to ask yourself in, like, any area, any time from now. Where do I want to be in 6 months' time? Because you have that choice and everything is available. It's just untapped right now, perhaps, or there's distortions in the way. So let us help remove what gets in your way. Let us help activate what's untapped, and let us support you exclusively as you become a more truer version of yourself. So if you are intrigued, if you're like, this is calling my soul, do not hesitate. It's just that one aligned action that can open up a whole trajectory of something that is your greatest fulfillment and your greatest success. That is what we're all about here at Total Life Transformation. We are here to be in your corner for you to accelerate and execute a life that you are inspired to wake up to every single day. So if you feel like someone you know could really benefit from this program, if it's you and your partner, please do not hesitate just to send us a DM. Like, we can just have a chat and see where you're at, what is it that you want to achieve, and how we can help you. Share this episode. We would love for you to subscribe. We would love for you to tag us. We would love just any sort of connection in how you found it, because it just allows us to understand you and the audience a little bit more, because we all just want to be understood, right? So that's what we're about. I loved sharing today's episode. That was fun. Let us know your thoughts. And again, Total Life Transformation Program is live. We are pumped. And the more we can help, the more the life and the world that we're living in gets to change for the better. So that's what we're about. That's it from me. Please share this episode and hit us up for Total Life Transformation Program. Until next week, take care of you.
Audience exclusive.